Good morning from Hobbs, New Mexico. We're on the road again. Unfortunately, the solar eclipse is officially over. That happened yesterday morning through the early afternoon. We're saying goodbye to Hobbs, New Mexico. We're headed to Alamogordo, New Mexico for the night. We're hoping to check out some scenic sights along the way, and White Sands is on the agenda. So we figured we'd bring you along so you can live vicariously. Now, service could get a little bit spotty. If it does, what I'll do is I'll record and then I will upload it later, so that way you can see what we're seeing as well. It's another beautiful day. Oh, look, there's an airplane shadow on the left. It's like a statue.
Interesting art.
Yeah. Well, there was the airport here in Hobbs, and also I know coming into New Mexico there was that Air Force base, so that's kind of neat. If you happen to miss the annular solar eclipse yesterday, I do have the replay up of our live stream that we did yesterday. You can check it out on YouTube at Gwenny7, GWYNNY7, and also on Rumble as Gwenny7, or on Facebook as Gwen's Notes, GWYN''S Notes. I know quite a few people that we know that wanted to see the eclipse ended up getting rained out or had clouds, so they were very appreciative of being able to be with us through the live stream.
Humble City. I think I've seen that on the map.
Oh yeah, I see it. I think we're currently on Route 18?
I believe we're still on US 62.
Okay.
Am I wrong?
Well, Humble City's on Route 18, so that's why I was asking.
Oh, really? Not 60?
We're going to Lovington, whether you want to or not, apparently.
Oh, that's no good. It's out of the way.
There's no roads marked on this map.
So maybe we should go back.
If you want to. We are on what's called Lovington Highway. So it makes sense that it would end up in Lovington somewhere.
Yeah. Here, I just thought we were on 62 to start. So.
No, our hotel was not on 62. So that's why I was asking you, are we going to Lovington or not?
So we're going back to Hobbs.
Well, maybe we get to see the airplane sculpture. Like the monument.
I mean, there might be an alternate route to go south, but not on the maps that I have. Here is a small county route. Does it make sense at all to take it? This is Route 71.
It's not on the map, so I do not know.
You don't have your other map tool available?
I'm trying to boot it up right now.
All right, let's do that.
If you just give me a second,
Yep.
I can get it up.
Because that might take us over. Because I don't think we're that far apart.
I think it's further than you think. Sorry, it's very bright, so I'm trying to see where it goes. It dead ends, so no good.
Dead ends?
Yep.
How's that possible?
It almost makes it to 483, but not quite.
You say 483.
Yeah. We're in a right-hand triangle. We're doing the hypotenuse right now, with 62 being the bottom.
Oh,
This
I
is
see
where we are. This is where 62 is. We have to go back to town. This road only goes like partway here to 463. So it's just better to turn around. Or go to Lovington.
Or go to Lovington. I want to go back.
Alright.
I'll go the other way.
Yeah, because like I said, our rim was off of 18.
Yeah, the route's diverge at about a 45-degree angle, so yeah, it would be a bit to cover.
Yeah, and unfortunately that county road does not go all the way through. So.
looks just as sunny today as yesterday, doesn't it?
It does. I don't see a cloud in the sky right now. It feels a bit warmer though. Either that or it's from loading everything in the car. Hey Josh, how's it going? Josh is waving at us.
Well, this time yesterday, I think we were in the middle of the eclipse.
Yep, it's 10:46 a.m. here Mountain Time. And now it's 10:43 was the beginning of the middle of the eclipse, and it lasted for about almost 5 minutes, roughly.
Yeah, almost 5 minutes of annularity.
Says, hey there guys, I hope you brought some cookies. We did. We brought chocolate chip and Oreos. So here's the Hobbs, New Mexico sign here on the right. It's a little hard to see. It's far off the road because of the railroad. We had to turn around because we missed our turn in town. That's okay.
Yeah, for some reason I thought we were already on Route 62, forgetting that this was the road going northwest.
Yeah, so Hobbs has an elevation of 3,635 feet, according to that sign back there. It's much higher than it is in Pennsylvania, where we live. Josh says, safe travels. I saw your message. But we're going to Tennessee this week for a few days. Oh, have fun.
Hey, we hope to get to Tennessee in a few days ourselves.
Yeah, that's our plan.
We don't know how well the plan will work out, but we gotta come back east sometime.
I kind of like it out here, though it does get really hot in the summers. Here's the University of the Southwest on our left.
Yeah, a couple more days out here, you can decide if you want to move.
Well, the weather we've been having, it feels really nice. But I know a cold front came in just before we got here, so that's blessed us with much cooler temperatures with highs in the 70s, lows in the 40s at night. I'll be honest, with the eclipse yesterday, I was actually cold. It was in the 50s with that wind, though. The wind was brisk.
50s and sunburn.
Yeah, I got my eclipse tan. But I wear it well, so it's okay. Josh says, we'd love to. Y'all can't stay out there. You have to come back. That's awesome. We're going to Tennessee. That'll be fun. I know you were referring to the message where I was asking about covering an event yesterday. I wasn't able to find anybody to cover it, but I did get an email last night that there were apparently a few live streamers at the event, and one of them was Jeffrey, who you and I both know, Josh, a little bit. He was one of the ones that was around with Agnes sometimes, so apparently he covered some of it. So I haven't had a chance to check out the footage. It's been we did the eclipse yesterday, crashed at the hotel for a nap, did dinner, and then kind of figured out where we wanted to go today. There's the awesome Denny's in Hobbs. 100% recommend if you want a wide variety menu. They had really good food that we actually went back 2 nights in a row. Both of us had skillets the first night, and you had a skillet last night that looked really, really good. So
Yeah, it was like sort of like a chicken fajitas, but a little bit more.
Yeah.
A little more variety of toppings. It worked really well with putting it on a tortilla.
So if you want to turn up here at Wingstop, go right on Northwest County Road. That'll jog us over to 62 sooner, and we avoid town. So.
All right, that's not this turn here though, is it?
Not the one right here. We have to go past the Texas Roadhouse first.
That place was packed every time we drove by it.
Oh, it smelled so good though. But yeah, no matter what time of day, it was very, very busy. It's the traffic light that has the Walmart that we want to turn right at. There's the Blake on your left.
Yeah, that's a nice little park. Looks like they had stuff for the eclipse there yesterday.
Yeah, did. They had little bouncy houses for the kids, which was cute.
We were able to get permission to be on a private piece of property, so it was really good for just being able to focus on the event.
The hardest thing I think yesterday was the wind. It got really, really windy in the morning, and it was trying to destroy our projection system.
Yeah, that's why we were delayed getting started. We're just scrambling to keep the place from blowing away. It was really rough.
Like the tripod literally wanted to blow away.
It actually got better after the eclipse started,
Yeah,
which
was a blessing.
very thankful for, because I thought I'd end up having to hold the tripod the whole time.
Yeah.
Been through here a few times the last few days.
Yep. The high volume diesel pumps at Pilot.
I hope the fellow that we met in the park at Jefferson Park was able to observe. He said he had gotten a small used telescope.
Yeah, he was really excited about it.
He was going to bring it back out. He asked us how late we were going to be there. And he said, well, pretty much till sunset, because we were doing a test setup in the park. But sunset came and he wasn't there, so...
I gave him my card, my media card.
Yeah.
So, worst case is if he looks me up, he can watch this live stream that we recorded. And it also has, my contact information, so if he has questions, we could try to help him out.
I also suggested he try to find, the local astronomy group. There's probably astronomy groups in this area, or at least one. Usually, the people who are involved in amateur astronomy groups are very helpful. They're happy to help newcomers into the hobby.
Yeah.
But there's a lot to know.
Like he was saying with the eyepiece, how it flips the orientation of what you're looking at.
Yeah.
Compared to like what you think you should be seeing. So like you'll notice how with my live stream when I posted some of the photos from it, when we were observing through the 60mm with the solar filter, you'll notice that the shadow doesn't look like it's on the same spot as the projection, and that's because of the way the eyepieces are, the scopes. So we basically go straight until we crash into 62. Becomes a T.
One thing I noticed out here, the one gas station I stopped at, regular gas is only 86 octane. It's like, what is that all about? Are they making cars running on lower octane now?
I don't know, I hadn't seen it before. Oh, look, there's some of those wildflowers.
Everywhere else so far has been 87 octane.
You also said the price wasn't right either on the sign.
The price was right for that 86 octane, but the next grade up was 89. It was about 40 cents more.
Ouch. I saw another cactus on the right. Got to see my first cactus in person yesterday at our eclipse site, but it looked kind of sickly, like it was kind of drying out. So I'm hoping they look really neat when you're up close in person. So we don't turn here like we normally do. We go straight. This is where we were turning to go to the parks and stuff.
Take it into town more.
Yeah. There's a lot of oil pumping going on around here.
Yeah, it's kind of the center of the industry in this area, New Mexico and West Texas. A lot going on here, oil and gas.
Josh is like, wow, you got media cards now. They're just business cards, but I just call them media cards. Essentially a media. Did I ever experiment with QR codes? Not for my personal cards, but I have done QR codes for the Pennsylvania Patriot Coalition and other flyers that I've made for grassroots groups. So I know how to do them. I've also done them for our local group that's trying to stop the proposed 440-acre solar farm. So I know how to do them for free, which is really cool. It's just you got to make sure the scaling is right when you do it so that it prints out okay.
I think a lot of people are putting them on the reverse side of their business cards now.
Yeah.
If they got a website.
I don't really have like a website that has all my info though, so I'm not sure what I would link mine to,
Yeah.
So like I got YouTube, Rumble, Facebook, and then just my contact info and my donation information. So Carlsbad to the right, 67 miles. And we have reached US 62 and 180. Most of our journey to Hobbs, New Mexico was on US 22 and then US 62 starting in Ohio. So we've been best buddies with US 62 for most of the trip.
I might check out the pilot if it, wow, it looks like it's backed up in there.
I was going to say, I think it might have a line.
Good grief.
Yeah, I don't see any open pumps.
It must be the place to get gas. Everybody's doing it.
Yeah.
Maybe they got real 87 octane regular.
Maybe. That's one of the biggest gas stations I've seen in Hobbs.
Well, we're not desperate for fuel just yet, so we're going to push on to Artesia, New Mexico.
Hey, look, there's a place called Cactus. I wonder what they do.
Now we're on 62 again, aren't we?
Yep.
And 180. We'll be on 62 for a little bit, and then we'll be parting ways for a while. But we expect to return. We're going to go further west before we turn back. Maybe do a loop. We don't know yet. Our plans are very fluid right now.
So up here on the curve, shortly after Arkansas Junction, we're going to turn right onto 529 to make our way over to Route 82.
Well, those are the lawyers to get if you got a oil field dispute. Not if you saw the billboard.
I missed it.
Only here, friends. Lawyers specializing in oil field lawsuits.
That does not sound like fun. I've noticed a lot less grass here. It's more gravel and open patches of land due to the less amount of water that they receive.
Here's the airport on our left.
Oh yeah, there it is. We saw a small plane take off yesterday during the eclipse.
$67 miles to Carlsbad. On that bearing for very much longer though. We'll be turning more directly west. Which is our bearing right now.
Yep, we're heading pretty much due west.
Fairly flat terrain here around Hobbs. We expect to be seeing mountains at some point and going over them.
Yeah, that's going to be exciting. I mean, all of it's exciting because it's all new to me. But like after seeing all this flat land to see mountains, it's going to be quite
know they're coming, you just don't know where. See an oil pump off to my left. And another one.
Yeah, it's pretty
Some storage tanks.
just openish land here on the right. There might be a pipeline. I see some posts marking something, but I can't tell what.
We saw a lot of windmills in West Texas. Haven't seen any yet in New Mexico. You can't really get your laundry done in Hobbs, New Mexico, as it turns out. Apparently, all the people that work the oil fields that are staying in hotels use the laundry.
Yeah, it smells like oil.
We were going to use the laundry at the hotel, and you checked it out. You said it wasn't good.
Well, I opened up the only working washer, and someone's wash was in it. And then I opened up the dryer, and someone's wash was in that, and that smelled like hot oil. Like you could, I didn't touch their wash, but you could tell whatever was on top looked like an over jacket or something, and it had like splatters all over it. I was like, I bet this was an oil jacket of some kind.
So you probably don't want to do your laundry in Hobbs, unless you know for sure you've got an oil-free washer and dryer.
Well, that was one of the things when I looked up laundromats, when we started looking for this trip, and so many people complained that all the laundromats were having issues with the oil, with the clothes, with the workers, that they would set aside specific machines for the workers to use, but then the workers wouldn't just use those machines. They'd use the, quote, non-oily machines.
Oh, look at the flare on the left.
Oh, yeah. Wonder what this place is. I wonder if that's what I'm smelling, because I've been smelling a weird smell.
I thought I smelled oil too, actually.
I didn't know how to describe it.
Kind of a little bit of an oily smell. And I don't think it's the car.
No, it's definitely not the car. I thought maybe it was a dead animal at first, because it smelled pretty bad.
In the last few miles, I've kind of noticed it, just a hint of it.
It smelled kind of like rotten eggs a little bit.
Well, there's a lot of places that have signage up warning about that. Poisonous gas, hydrogen sulfide.
Wow, what is this place? On the left. Does it not have a name?
Phillips 66.
The Linham Ranch Plant. LINAM. Wow. That's a gas chain down here, too.
Yeah.
There's something big over here on the right, too. But I'm not sure what that is either. You guys unfortunately can't see it on the stream because it's too far away. But it looks like a lot of power poles go to it, so I'm wondering if it's something power related.
I don't think it's French.
I never know. I always get it wrong. Well, that explains why all the power lines go to it. It's the energy station. I see over 4 sets of lines running to that.
Is that what this line coming up that we're going to go under heads to?
But it's not just that. It's like even the smaller ones, like it all is running towards it as an appearance.
All the lines going out like spokes of a wheel.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
There's some kind of plant up on the right, too.
Oh yeah, I see that.
much all over the landscape. All you see are power lines sticking up above the I guess I don't know, you call it a desert at this point. It's still kind of green.
I don't know. Prairie land, maybe? It doesn't look very metal-y, so I don't know.
Power poles are everywhere. We do like our electricity, though.
I'm wondering if this is another power plant. It's got the steam coming out of it like the other one. And there's a lot of lines running to it as well.
Yeah, definitely making something. Some blue tanks on the left.
Oh yeah.
Get fancy with the colors.
Different. I like the color blue. It's pretty.
Junction 483. Lovington to the right. Yep, XL Energy, Cunningham Station.
Yeah, wow. So there's two of them.
Go visit it.
Carlsbad, 76, National Park. There's a really tall tower on the left coming up. It's definitely been dry here in New Mexico because we noticed a lot of dust getting kicked up. With trucks coming out of different places and there's big clouds of dust following them behind.
Junction, New Mexico 529, 1 mile. That's what we're going to be taking to continue west.
No, I haven't seen many animals. The lady we spoke to at the restaurant last night said that we might actually run into some because of the cooler weather now. She says they like to come out in the cooler weather, so we might see some elk, mule deer. What else did she mention? She didn't say anything about armadillos, so I don't know if New Mexico has armadillos or not. She also mentioned it's much colder in the mountains. Which makes sense because you're going up in elevation.
Artesia this way. Barely see that.
I'm gonna say that's a little sign.
If they blinked, you might not see that.
Hey, the truckie that was passing us pulled over up here. The bobtail. I get it. These ones look like crayons with the black striping on them. They look like the ends of crayons.
Oh, I see what you mean.
It's like the bottom of a crayon.
Another set of power poles coming from the power plant.
I've noticed there's some giant spools along the side of the road. They look kind of rusty. They've been out here for a while. Is that a water hose that's being run?
I wonder.
There's something black in the
know.
grass. Yeah,
1,000 feet of road yet. Got another truck behind me that I'm going to try to let him go.
Oh, they're together, I think.
Yeah.
Wonder what they're carrying. Interesting shaped box.
All the interesting things you see. Like, what is that? Somebody knows. A little bit of terrain here. We're gradually increasing in elevation the further west we go. Somewhat imperceptibly, I think.
Junction 238. It's definitely more rocky. I've seen some more rocks in the fields. Well, whatever that pumping stuff was, it turned there. So we don't see it anymore. There's a bird nest in a tree. The only tree around.
They got something going on up here.
Oh, wow. It's like a oil pumper and some tanks. Looks like the left side's all dug up. So I'm wondering if they're laying the piping for the oil pumper.
This scrub looks really interesting. I mean, a lot of it looks like it's dead. I wonder if it isn't. It's just kind of the way it looks. Because some of it has a little bit of growth on it, and some doesn't.
Yeah, I don't know. This looks like they're putting in a new well of some
That's
kind.
it. They're drilling. They're going to be drilling there. Yeah. It's a drilling site.
Wow, here's another one. They're
Yep.
doing two. This one's actively moving. A little bit, because the guy's up in the lift.
Quite a lot of land disturbance to do that.
There's the pipe. You can see the piping on your left. The hose or whatever they're using. That's what I was seeing earlier. So I bet that was oil related too. What is that thing doing?
I don't know.
That looked kind of interesting. Well, that explains why this whole area is fenced in.
Yeah.
Oh, it's our truck friend again. He's caught up. There's a nice big oil well here on the right.
At least in a truck, you can see a little bit further for passing. So you think it's flat, or you feel like you're going uphill slightly?
I think we're going uphill slightly. Because he looks like he's going downhill now.
Yeah, so it's not completely flat.
Looks like two really big oil pumpers up here on the right.
There's a really old looking homestead on our left. There's a windmill, conventional old style windmill, and a really deteriorated looking set of buildings.
Oh, there's actually three of them. I didn't realize there was three of them.
Yeah, there are three.
Actually, maybe it's four. I don't know. The one looks really big.
Got a lot of power coming into that site too.
Yeah, it's three. Definitely three. It's amazing how that stuff works. I'm curious to know like all the mechanisms and how that works, you know?
This road's going to take us to US 82, which we were traveling on 62 and 82 for a while, from Rawls, Texas through Lubbock.
Yeah. Some more of those wildflowers along the side of the road. There's some water laying here and there. Dirt on the right. Layer of lightish colored stone, and then underneath it's kind of reddish brown. Which you can kind of see on the stream right here. It's kind of brownish underneath the top layer.
Yeah, I don't know. What if the white, lighter colored rock was brought in?
I kind of doubt it because I see it all along the road. I was seeing it in Hobbs as well. It's just it's like a lighter color, gravelly surface, and then they dig under it, and it's more like dirt. That'd be crazy to bring that all in. It looks like it's like that going down there in that ditch that they were digging.
There's a little pond on your right.
I had one a little earlier when you were talking too. It's the second one I've seen. There's not a lot of water though. And that's another one of those raised ponds I've seen by the oil wells. Here's another one. I don't know what that is. It's like I guess that one's not a pond.
I think it's just from the grading of the site, dirt that's been pushed up.
Some of it actually looks like a pond shape though, that they made. It's kind of weird.
Are these some of the flowers you saw in Hobbs?
Here's the ones I want to get pictures of at some point. They remind me of black-eyed Susans at home. But they're very big. blue sky. What a vista looking ahead. Yeah, it's like all you can see. We're just stopping for a quick second so I can grab a picture.
When you
of
wanted
flowers.
a picture of some of these flowers.
They look really neat. This will do.
There's some up further too. I mean, if you want to get out, just be careful.
Yeah, I'm gonna get out. It's just gonna be easier.
Don't step on a cactus. Actually, I don't see any cactus here. We saw a few in Hobbs. A variety of grasses. And I guess what I call shrubbery at this point. These small, very small looking trees. They seem to be dotting the
They're very pretty.
region. Did you get some that were nice?
I think so. I'll just double check.
I can pull up here and there's looks like some more flowers are better.
Yeah, some of these have gone to seed already. I'm just gonna grab these from the window. I just want some group pictures. Okay. They're about 3 feet tall, some of these plants. It's neat. Came out really nice.
Very good.
Because we had some of those at our eclipse site yesterday, but they were on the other side of the fence and I couldn't really get close to them. So I was like, I'm sure we'll see some along the way.
A mirage up ahead.
Yeah, there's some bigger shrubs here that look greener.
See how it looks like water?
Yeah.
It may not show up on the camera, but
It really does look like water or the sky, depending on how you look at it. Oh wow, there's like 3 of these pipes going through on the right. They're just laying inside the fenced in area.
yeah, a lot of oil development and production going on in this area.
Here's what I mean about some of it being like a pond. There's like hoses coming out of it. See that? It's like
I didn't get a good look.
it's kind of like a rectangle. I don't know. There's hoses coming out of it. I'm not sure what that is.
Some of these shrub are pretty big along the road now.
Oh, there's horses on the left.
That's the first time I've seen any kind of animals.
At least I think they're horses. Maybe they're not. They looked like horses at first glance, but now that I see them, they're a little bit stouter and wider than the horse would be. So I'm not sure. Yeah, there's a lot of oil pumping rigs out here. You see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 on the right. It's more in the distance. Oh wow, look how flat it is on the left. Where it goes off down the side of the road. It looks very interesting, terrain-wise. Here you can see some of that whitish, lightish gravel I was talking about that's on the surface of the soil.
Oh, it really looks flat to the south,
It does.
to our left. We're up a little rise here, apparently. Got even a road cut going through it. scattered about in the distance.
Road may flood in the next 5 miles. We've seen a lot of that in the more southern states, talking about roads flooding if it rains. It's fairly flat. So I see some of these oil pumpers are not running. I wonder how they know when to run them and when not to run them. We stopped for the flowers because I haven't seen any now.
Yeah.
It's like the last patch of them. It's now more of this shrubbish stuff. There looks like to be some cattle on the right, black cattle.
Oh yeah, I see. First cattle I think I've seen out of Hobbs.
Yeah. I don't know what those first two whitish colored animals were, but I don't think they were horses thinking back on it. They look too wide to be a horse. There's some hills on my right, gentle hills.
Chucking cans out their windows.
That's a shame.
I don't know how else it gets out here.
I don't know. To be honest, I actually haven't seen much litter, which is kind of nice. Oh, look at this. I know it's disturbed, but it's interesting. See the different colored soils.
Here's a ranch entrance.
Caviness Ranch. Caviness Ranch. Yeah, there's definitely more hills. For sure.
Yeah, noting some difference in the terrain now.
I'm starting to see more of these yellow, little, roundish plants on the shoulder now, and some different types of grasses.
Yeah.
It's definitely changing. Even the bushes look kind of different in the, I don't know what you want to call it, open area. Some of these lumps in the fields, though, I can't help but wonder if it's disturbed ground. The oil stuff. West Ranch, water, fresh water, or something. Well on this fine Sunday morning.
Day 9 for us, isn't it?
Yep, road trip day 9. Yesterday was day 8, which was the annular solar eclipse in Hobbs, New Mexico. Today we're headed to Alamogordo, New Mexico. we'll see. I'm not sure what that is on the left, Dad. It looks...
A lot of bare land, isn't it?
Is it bare land or disturbed land?
Yeah, I don't know. Looks like piles of dirt, so maybe it's disturbed.
Oh, there's some tanks right there on the left. I maybe missed.
I didn't know if it was maybe a pond.
Yeah, it doesn't look like a pond at first glance, but I don't know.
Definitely reddish soil. Looks a little darker than the soil we see on the in these little hills where they got some bare spots.
That little bridge that we just crossed is for a little stream, but I didn't see any water running in it.
Okay, so maybe that's related.
Maybe.
To the water. It might be wet when it rains.
Yeah.
Might be a little pond when it's wet.
You can tell it has water sometimes because it's got that channel effect with the flowing water that you can see. The way the plants are growing.
I'm not sure, but I think I see terrain to our southwest.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I do too. William says tonight is Las Cruces, New Mexico on I-25 North, Albuquerque, New Mexico. Oh, that sounds like an adventure. I heard Albuquerque was having high winds today, so they weren't able to do a big launch of the balloons today. Today's the last day of the balloon fiesta. Apparently, they also canceled some events on Thursday due to the high winds that were caused by the cold front coming through.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to make it that far west. Alamogordo might be as far west as we get.
I know we want to check out that space museum that our friend of ours recommended in Alamogordo. Probably do that tomorrow.
Yeah, he and his wife went out to Nevada for the eclipse, right?
Yeah. They had beautiful weather.
And he said he went to, I guess, college out in Los Angeles.
Highly recommended the Space Museum in Alamogordo. It has a lot of history, he says.
Yeah, there's definitely terrain now to our south, way in the distance.
Look at this big setup on the left. It's got a tower that's guy wired. It's interesting. You were in Las Cruces, New Mexico a long time ago.
Yeah, a couple times. Once heading west and once coming back east.
Oh.
It was just a stopover.
Some more of those flowers again. They're like growing in a stretch of lower land. It's interesting. Oh, there's purple flowers too. That's neat.
The first time in Las Cruces, it was because my mom and I had planned to stop for the night in Alamogordo, and there was no place to stay. So we continued west into the night to Las Cruces. We were going to go to White Sands, so that's what we did the next day.
That's a good deal of backtracking though.
Yeah, it wasn't terrible though. I don't know, 50 or so miles.
Oh, I saw this town on the map. Malamar.
It was pretty much open highway.
Yeah. I seen one of those burners in the distance on the right, really far out, burning flame on the right. It's really tall. Yep, I see some terrain in the distance.
You see it now?
Yeah. isolate it because I see a lot of power lines going towards it. Soils on the tops of these hills. Definitely doesn't have that whitish rock layer that we were seeing a few miles back.
You see it with the dirt roads, though.
Yeah. Maybe they brought it in for the roads.
That's what I was wondering.
But that first section definitely was seeing. I was seeing it everywhere, not just the roads. I'm seeing it all over the terrain.
So this looks, at a distance at least, it looks kind of powdery.
Yeah.
Whereas the white stone along the road, it looks like that's more like a gravel. Part of the road base.
Yeah. I haven't seen any cacti yet today.
A lot of short grasses and shrubs.
Yeah. I mean, there was that one that we saw leaving Hobbs when we backtracked, but that was the only one, but it was behind it. It was like in the middle of a field.
Is that terrain straight ahead now?
I think so. Looks that way to me.
Way in the distance. It looks like there's something.
Well, I got terrain on my right in the distance, and there's windmills on it.
Ah.
Way in the distance.
Yeah. A couple of windmills up there, huh?
Yeah.
A lot of oil pumps to my... Very uneven ground here.
It's very lumpy.
Yeah, it's a good way to describe it.
I initially thought some of it was just disturbed soil, but I think now it's just the nature of the terrain.
Well, it could be disturbed, I guess. That's a lot of disturbance.
I see roads here and in there, here and there and there. Like here's one going in. Goes into a deep pit.
It just doesn't look very natural. This hill certainly is.
There's big hills on my right, in the north. Really big. It almost looks like cliffs on the top.
It's going to feel very crowded going back east.
Yeah, it is. See, you can look north now.
Oh yeah, I see it better in the north. There's just enough traffic that I don't feel like we're really out there that far. Even though I think we are. It's 63 degrees. A nice, pleasant mid-morning.
Yeah, it's nice weather.
I guess it's late morning. 11:42.
We woke up early today. We woke up at 7:30 in the morning by ourselves without an alarm clock, which was surprising.
guess we're still on Eastern time.
I guess.
So we should be coming up on US 82.
Yeah, I've been noticing the mile markers counting down.
Lots of oil pumpers out in the fields.
We have a 35-mile-an-hour speed zone for here. Must be entering a town of some kind. No, nope, it's a turn.
Just an intersection.
Looks like someone lost their garbage.
Time to jettison the trash.
I don't get why people do that. Nice tanker. He's from Houston. Houston, Texas. At least the company is. They got the erosion snakes here for the oil pumpers. They're staked in. Artesia, 31 miles. Oh wow, look at all the tanks on your left. A lot of them. So do they call this mesas or something else? When you've got the hills like this.
I'm not quite sure what the definition is.
I've always imagined it as being flatland with steep hills.
But it's
Okay.
really disturbed with all the oil production and gas. I presume it's both. But it's at least oil, from what I can tell.
Yeah, it's a lot.
The land just looks scarred everywhere.
Sure, as far as you can see.
So we're now in US 82 going west. 82 at one time stopped at Lubbock and then they extended it. They routed it to Alamogordo. And then for a while it actually was routed all the way to Las Cruces. Now it ends in Alamogordo, where it reaches US Route 70.
I wonder why they changed it.
I think it was a bit redundant to have it carry along from Alamogordo to Las Cruces. Why just have it run with Route 70 to end in Las Cruces, kind of arbitrarily?
Yeah, I guess so. There's some more of that weird smell.
But I think that's why when we saw it in Lubbock that it split and then it rejoined 62. That odd behavior was probably because they extended it.
I'm just surprised how many pump units we're seeing.
There's a lot more here than we've seen.
Durango Midstream, 1.2 miles in.
We've been seeing it all along the route, but it really seems much more intense right in this spot.
There's hoses running everywhere. They're like giant snakes.
And to think it all started in Pennsylvania. was first discovered.
Yeah, it's amazing. A way station in Ohio. That's different.
We're seeing oil pumps in the field like we were seeing windmills.
Yeah, I think this is actually more than the windmills, though.
Yeah, I think so. They can
They can put a lot more of them closer together than the windmills.
Yeah. But in one vista, I don't know, dozens.
There's a lot. I mean,
Looking all around, maybe 50.
it seems to be about time with the number of power lines we see. It's like half power lines, half oil pumps, or the tanks with the pumps.
You're either seeing utility poles, tanks, or oil pumps.
Yeah, which makes me wonder how much of the land is disturbed. Speed limit 45. I guess for the people going to the way station. William says next trip we gotta go to Albuquerque. I know, right? That'd be cool. I've always wanted to see the balloon festival. But there's other things to check out in Albuquerque too. I had a friend recommend going to Santa Lynn from our astronomy club.
Oh. He grew up in Lubbock.
Yeah.
They have trees. I saw these trees at a distance. So how would you like to live here? In Loco Hills, New Mexico.
It'd be different. I think it would be really hard to have a garden. The dry weather and the heat.
They got manhole covers.
Those are always fun. Doesn't seem like there's a lot of homes though.
No, not really.
It seems to be more businesses. Or related to the oil or gas.
A few houses here and there, maybe.
Yeah. They look really tiny. These are more like trailer homes, but they actually have extra roofs on them to try to give them shade. There's the general store. Be a long commute to go anywhere.
Rest area, half a mile.
I'm just surprised how many pumpers there are for the
I didn't either.
I mean, I knew I'd see them, but I'm just surprised at how many there are. It looks like it's a picnicking area only. They got little covered shelters for the picnic tables to try to give you some shade.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting even more oil and gas out this way. I thought it would start to taper off. But if anything, it's intensified.
Yeah.
It looks like this is everywhere.
It's almost a field of just holes and pumps.
It's like we saw big farm fields of cotton and other crops. Here it's just we're farming oil everywhere.
It's kind of hard to get a picture of it because of the roads. The brush that's near the road is making it far in the distance.
Yeah, what you see along the road just keeps going way back behind, Hobbs, north and south of our path.
It definitely has that funny smell, just like the smell I smell. I wonder if the people who lived in that town that we just went through smell that a lot. Trans-Western Pipeline. Gives you a new appreciation of how we get oil in this country.
Quite the view.
Here we're going down. Have like pumping contracts. You know how they have power contracts, they bid on who supplies. I wonder if that's how they do that for the oil pumping. Who gets to run today and who doesn't. But I know there's quite a few of them that are not running right now.
Yeah, I have no idea. Maybe they can only pump for a certain amount. It's kind of like a slow filling well.
Yeah, maybe.
It only pumps so much water out of the well. Maybe they can only pump a certain amount of time. I'm trying to figure out how people get to these sites to check up on them.
There's some access roads I've noticed that go in, and then there's like accesses off those roads. Otherwise, it just looks like you're off-roading it.
It did look like that from the air around Hobbs, because there's places like that around Hobbs where we were that looked like a large field with different unmarked areas that looked like they might have pumping going on. And I did notice from the air there were what looked like dirt paths going between them.
Like there's a path for this one here on the right. I can see the disturbed land for it, but I don't know where it goes there. This one's really close to the road. Yeah, there's definitely a road in there to it. So I guess it's just a network of gravel paths. We're kind of at the same level of the terrain, so it's harder to see the paths. But yeah, there's definitely a path right there. It's pretty big. Pump and Supply Arcade. Good place to have it.
In any given spot.
I'm pretty sure we've probably seen over 1,000 now. I mean, just looking out here on the right, there's so many of them. Like, I couldn't even count them all, you know? There's so many of them. Even on your side, there's a lot too. But the right, it's just loaded. The density is very, very close.
Not necessarily scenic, but interesting.
Sure.
Far back from here. Wonder if this was the ridge we saw at a distance.
I'm guessing so. That road has that appearance straight ahead where it looks like it's water.
A number of miles back, we saw what looked like a low line of hills ahead, and now I'm looking behind me, and it doesn't look like a line of hills so much as it looks like a back from there to here. Oh, really?
Yeah. The side view mirror is a piece of big Gus.
Quite a few cars here.
Yeah. Oh, there's a really big tower coming up on the right, red and white in the distance.
can see pretty far.
Yeah. Here's a good view for the stream up here on the right, where it's telephone pole, pump, telephone pole, or tanks for the pumps. It's a lot.
I got a whiff of more hydrogen sulfide or something. An oily kind of smell. Hazy on the horizon.
It does. It almost looks like mountains looming. There's a lot of oil pumps, though. A lot of tanks. They had a lot of power poles. Definitely running. I can hear it. This looks like the tallest tree we've seen in a while.
Says local hills.
William says next week you should do Route 66.
That would be one way to return home.
There's got to be a substation. Okay, yeah, there's a big substation.
They decommissioned US 66 officially, but I know some states have preserved it. Roads they decommissioned, they chose that one.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
So it's one of the more well-known historical routes.
Oh, you got a substation on the left too.
Yeah, that's switching gear over here on the left. Those are big three-phase switches. High voltage. So what does that look like ahead? Kind of hazy. Are we looking towards Artesia? I wonder if that is.
Maybe. It looks like it's more developed than what we're looking at right now.
bumps now?
Not on my right. I see a tank out here far in the distance, but I don't know what it is.
Seems like we've reached the edge of it.
In the distance.
Yes, you can see the water tank way in the distance. So yeah, looks like it. We probably want to get fuel one way or another.
Yeah.
Although I think we probably could make it to Alamogordo. County roads here, these blue signs. Eddy. E-D-D-Y.
Sculpture we just drove by. A canoe with two people rowing it. That'll be on our right. That's 305 supposedly.
Maverick, huh?
There's some other ones, but their prices aren't listed in Gas Buddy. There's a Shell on the left-hand side, but they're supposedly 314, but they haven't updated in 2 days, so I don't know. The Maverick was updated recently today.
Looks like it's about 112 miles to Alamogordo. Mileage markers are indicating it. No, we couldn't wait. You didn't like that 45 mile an hour speed limit.
No, he didn't. I think there might be some cows out here in the distance. Brown and black cows. The grasses have definitely changed on the right. Different colored grass.
That guy smells worse than the oil rigs.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a creek here. Definitely salt water.
The concrete's too high for me to see anything.
Yeah, I caught it from right before we crossed the bridge.
There's supposed to be another one because there's another bridge.
It's dry.
This concrete looks red on the sides.
Yeah, I guess it's, I don't know, is it painted? I guess so.
I don't know, it's pinkish red. What are we seeing on the left and right? It looks very weird. Are those trees?
I wonder.
Just looks dark.
Yeah. Crossing something else that looked like it was dry. looked like it was all shot up.
Wow. These definitely look like trees up here on the right, on the left. Very interesting.
So trucks are restricted on the next stretch of road. Here's one of the signs I showed you.
Neat. Cloud crop, 8,650 feet. High rolls is 6,750 feet. Alamogordo is 4,335. We got some irrigation up here on the right. I saw the irrigation system.
Here's your line of trees too.
Yeah, they are trees. I wonder if it's orchards because they're all planted in rows. Can they grow avocados here?
I don't know.
I know California and Mexico can grow avocados, but I don't know. I'm not sure about New Mexico.
Irrigated crop on the left. Wow, look at this. Like an orchard here.
I know, that's what I was saying. I just wonder if it could be avocado trees.
There's water laying there too. I guess from irrigation. Heirloom acres. Corn maze and
that's
pumpkin patch.
Flooded. Dad, that's flooded all the way in.
I'm guessing it's irrigation.
Wow, that's a lot of water. It's only a few rows that look that way. No, the fly never wants to leave, does it? Oh, I got him out finally. It's been plaguing us for a while. Sinclair training facility. Welcome to Artesia. Oh, there's another Sinclair sign. I wonder if this is where they're located.
There's a dinosaur.
Oh, we gotta go back. We gotta go back. I missed the gas station dinosaurs. We have to go back for a picture. They actually have a visitor thing. You could go visit.
Yeah, there's a car coming.
And this one's a little safer to take a picture of because it's not in a busy gas station. So if you turn before the dinosaur, there's a visitor parking lot.
Oh, right here.
Yeah. There he is. I gotta get a picture of it. That's cool. I've always wanted a picture. I've always wanted a picture of the green dinosaur. He's really well painted too. Sometimes we see some that don't look in as good shape. Neat. That's neat. Who would have known you'd find the green dinosaur here in Artesia?
Maybe this is their headquarters.
I'm wondering. I saw a training facility earlier. There's something else here that says H.F. Sinclair on it.
Yeah. I think this whole area is theirs.
It's neat. This is cool, interesting stuff. Not quite sure what it is. Gate 9. Video and photography are not allowed without permission inside the walls. It's proprietary, I guess.
Is this the shell you were talking about?
I wasn't gonna do the shells.
Oh no.
The shell has no pricing.
Oh, $329.
There was a Maverick, remember? It was $309 or something. The guy just went through a red light.
Seems like a red light to me.
Yeah, it says stop here on red. Look at the statue up here on the right.
Do we go straight?
Yeah, we'll go straight. Pretty sure. Yeah.
There's another Phillips at 317.
Well, if you want to try it, I don't know.
You can take a look.
Good luck getting into the pumps because this truck's kind of taking up all the pumps. I'm going to take a picture of the Artesia sign while you take a look.
Oh, another bagged 66 pump. Gotta love it. It's an 86.
Just stop for a second. I want to
Yeah.
get out for a second. If you look in your rearview mirror, you'll see a nice mural. They did a Welcome to Artesia sign.
Okay. I see that.
That's what I wanted to get a picture of. Yeah, according to Gas Buddy, it's up the street on the right. But again, I don't know what their regular is, you know?
Yeah, I don't know.
Everybody's regular is different, it seems.
I've never seen 86 being a regular before.
Yeah. Look at this statue on your left. It's got 2 bulls, it looks. Giant statue here up here on the right. Yeah, according to Gas Buddy, it's straight ahead. It'll be on the right. But if you see something better, definitely try it out. Because like I said, a lot of them, they don't list pricing at all. Looks like the movie theater's covered up. Maybe they're getting a facelift. City Hall to the right.
is out here.
Wow.
Rebel Daughters Barbecue.
The town seems kind of quiet.
Well, it's a Sunday.
True.
Here's another Shell on the left.
Do you want to try that?
Maybe.
Because Shell being a more...
You would think Phillips 66, though. I don't know where.
I mean, Phillips 66 seemed pretty frequent on our travels, so I would have thought they would have had it, but apparently not. I mean, they're $3.19.
It's worth a try. I don't know. Is 86 octane gas a thing out this way? Maybe it is. The new regular, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I was just thinking because it's a more common gas station across the country, apparently, that maybe it would have it.
'86. Apparently, it's a thing.
Is that what this one says?
Yep.
Oh, really? Did you? I don't know.
We'll just get the next grade up, and we'll move on.
Come on. That's interesting.
Good mix, but it's probably not worth the trouble. For whatever reason, plus out here is 88,
That's weird.
and regular is 86.
Yeah, I'm gonna get out and stretch and see.
Yeah.
So, interesting about the gas phenomenon, though. We'll be back in a few minutes, guys. back. We've got some gas or food for the car, because the car needs to eat too. I found out from the nice lady inside that the gas stations only sell 86. They don't sell 87.
It's all dumbed down.
Yeah.
They dumbed down the gas in New Mexico, apparently.
Well, that's why the guy avoided it. The pump's taped up because he was going to go through, and I was like, oh. So, yeah.
Apparently the land of enchantment doesn't need 87 octane.
Apparently. Well, that was a nice stretch break to get out of the car. Plus seeing the dinosaur, which was cool.
Should go check the owner's manual. I think they call for 87 minimum for the car.
Oh, really?
I think so.
I'll check in a minute. Well, some gas is better than no gas, right?
Oh, yeah. It's just more like Pennsylvania pricing.
Yeah, well, we could have tried going up the street, but, you know, whether or not the pricing was turned on.
Oh, aren't you cute? Yeah, I'm guessing, since you asked, that's the way it's going to be.
Yeah.
Well, we can mix them. The next half tank can be the 86.
Hey, look, there's another Sinclair building.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
They only have the dinosaur on the wall. They don't have the actual dinosaur outside. Blue quail. Well, this one says 315. This was the only other place she said to try was all subs. But she said, I'm pretty sure they're 86 as well. Dr. John Clark Rest Park. There's a picnic table and two picnic tables, some in the shade, and also a playground and a swing that adults can use. It's one of those swings. Oh, there's one of those windmill pure water things that you can get on the side of the road, where you can get drinking water. So apparently the nickname for Alamogordo is Alma.
Alma.
Yeah, that's what the lady called it.
It's too many syllables to say the whole thing, right?
Yeah, so they just call it Alma.
Here's the Maverick you had looked up.
It claims unleaded was 305, but almost every pump is filled. There's only 2 open pumps, but who knows if it was the right kind or not. What was our mileage when you wrote it down? Do you recall?
No, but you can look at the receipt. I wrote it on the receipt. They actually had paper.
Oh, cool. No, 2,177.3 miles. And then total on the car is 461,573. So yeah, 2,177.
Look at the drains here. Multiple drains.
You notice how the angles on
Yeah.
them? I noticed that in Texas as well. They're much more angled.
Oh, there's another sign. It's aged,
Oh yeah.
telling you the grades
Someone graffitied
on
it,
this
too.
route.
Look at these interesting bushes if you happen to see one. They're kind of like a spike ball on the bottom, and there's something coming out of the center. And then I'm not
Definitely looking like a desert plant.
Yeah. Oh, there's cactus in the fence there. Wouldn't really get a good photo though. Oh, there's a brook right there. Yeah, definitely looking more deserty. Well, you don't take that road apparently. It says dead end, not a through street.
Looking more arid all the time, isn't it?
Yeah. There's cactus. Definitely seeing more cactuses. Cacti. A lot less grass, more just dry ground. I never made it home because someone chose to drink and drive.
Guess that's a problem out here.
Apparently.
What is this coming up on the left?
Good question.
Kind of looks like a reservoir.
I'll see if it's on the map. Apparently at the Artesia airport's on our right, back right.
.66 here in New Mexico. Artesia, just west of it. It's a nice town. Everything looks so new. The concrete in town all look new. Maybe in this climate it looks new forever.
Maybe. I'm not sure. The map's not really saying what it is. But it does kind of have a weird look to it.
Yeah, it just looked like that was a spillway to the left. This bank that's coming up on our left is part of it. It curves here right to our left and then follows us.
I mean, there is a body of water that runs along 82, just south of it.
That could be it then.
I'm not sure of the name of it though.
Here's another one of those warning signs about the elevations.
There's some more of those plants that got, I'm not sure
noticed those before Artesia.
Me neither. And I'm starting to see more cacti. It's definitely drier. It's very interesting considering when there's trees in the fields. I mean, obviously they had irrigation, but it just feels like a stark contrast to see all that lushness and now see this, you know?
So I wouldn't be surprised that we lose cell service at some point on this stretch of highway once we go further west.
Yeah, it's possible. Still got 2.5 bars.
So what do you think?
It's very different, that's for sure. It's interesting.
And it keeps
there's
changing.
cactus. Yeah. Volunteer fire departments on the right somewhere.
Just about local noon now. Can I see the map?
Yeah, look at all the cactus.
Oh yeah. Nice crop there.
It also looked kind of dry though.
Looks like we're going to be following a stream upriver. Okay. One of the options, on the way, if you wanted to spend more time, you could take Route 24, which kind of goes around more things. You can decide when you get there.
Will we miss the overlook that I was looking at?
Was that overlook past Cloudcroft?
Well, the one was just on the edge of town, for the old railroad. Like
Which town?
The Trusses, Cloudcroft.
Well, we're nowhere near Cloudcroft there. You can see that on the
Yeah.
map.
But the other one was before Cloudcroft.
I don't recall how far before. Is that the one that has the waterfall?
It has the really cool views of I think it's called Valley Tunnel something.
Yeah, you don't want to miss that. I'm not sure where that was. I thought that was also near Cloudcroft. But maybe not.
I'll have to look it up. I just know it's off 82.
Yeah. Some of those guys are really big.
I know, they're like baby trees.
that where they were doing the rock climbing?
Yeah.
I seem to think that was also after Cloudcroft. What's the other place?
Okay, so yeah, that's after Cloudcroft. So the other place is called Trestle Vista Observation Site, and also Trestle Depot Recreation Area. So there's two spots in Cloudcroft that we want to stop at. The Trestle Depot Recreation Area has kind of like the informational display boards and also some views, and then there's also another vista that you pull off at later down the road to get a better view of the trestle. There's also some trails there too.
There was also a rest stop that you looked up.
That was before Cloudcroft. Let's see if I can find that.
We're on US 82 west of Artesia, New Mexico, heading towards Cloudcroft and Alamogordo. A highway that big trucks are not supposed to use because of the steep grades coming off the mountains between Cloudcroft and Alamogordo. You can see a lot more greenery.
Oh.
Right now looks dry. Up to you.
The guy's doing some photography down a side road. Got his tripod out.
Nice.
Take some pictures of this really cool looking plants.
So I can't see very far. But there's definitely terrain straight ahead. fairly bad.